Happy weekend, everyone. Well, I'm going to talk about your list of homework assignments for this wonderful weekend. I want to walk you through the assignments, and if there are any assignments that you don't quite understand after I explain them, please send me a message. So the first thing I want you to do, of course, is to post a profile photo in your account if you have not yet done that. Some of you had not done it, some of you had. So, of course, in order to do that, you go to the blue navigation bar on the left-hand side of your screen in the Canvas website. And at the top of the blue navigation bar, you will find the account button, and click on that button. Then click on profile, and there you can see where you will upload your photo. Now remember, I want your photo to be a face photo. I don't want it to be a full body photo. It doesn't need to be a Hollywood photo, just a normal, ordinary photo. And then, of course, the second thing, some of you had already written the About Me composition. You know, that composition where you answer 3 questions. Who am I? Or I should say, who are you? Why are you here? And where are you going? And you're going to write 3 paragraphs, 1 paragraph to answer each one of those questions. And each paragraph is going to be 200 words. Count your words. I don't want more than 200 per paragraph. I don't want fewer than 2. Well, you can have 195 to 205 words per paragraph. You can have 595 to 605 total words. In terms of what you say, it's up to you to answer those 3 questions. Now you are to type or keyboard this. I won't accept handwriting. And I've given you the format on the homework page, how your paper should look. We talked about the format in class, so by now you should completely understand how your paper should look. And then when you have done those things, I want you to study, read American Ways, pages 1 through 7. We talked about these pages in class, and we did some pre-reading already. All right. We looked over it. We read the first sentence of every paragraph. You've done that. You can do it again. You needed to read it beginning to end without the dictionary. That's what you're supposed to be doing this weekend at home. No dictionaries on the first reading. Then you do a second reading, which is called Study Read, where you can use the dictionary. And as you are using the dictionary, you can write in your textbook definitions, but only in English. If you want to write in your mother language, you have to have a separate notebook or separate pages that you put in your portfolio 3-ring binder. And there you can write in your mother language, you can translate, you can do anything you like in that notebook, I don't care. And finally, after you've done the reading with the dictionary and so forth, there are those 12 questions. And I've given you a link to those questions. Click on that link. Now you should locate in the book, in your text, the answers to each one of these questions. You can highlight the part of the book that will help you answer each question. Highlight or underline. You should be able to answer every question, actually. But in particular, I gave each one of you one of the questions to answer. Please answer the one question I assigned to you. Okay? Now, I want you to make a video. See, I'm making a video. This is a video. You're looking at me on video. It's not hard. You just open your camera and you click on the video button and you talk into the camera. Easy peasy, as we say. Now I know some of you don't want to do this. The only alternative is for you to make an audio. If you don't want to be seen on camera, or your husband doesn't want you to be on camera. It's about your husband, isn't it? Well, that's okay. You all have very fine husbands, and I know they sometimes don't want you to be on camera. That's fine. Make an audio. You can do that. where you answer the question. Because when you come to class, you are going to play your video or your audio for your classmates to answer your question, so that we will all have audios and videos to play for our classmates, so they can hear the answers that you have prepared at home. Now, when you make this audio or video, I don't want you to read anything. Am I reading something right now? No. I'm looking at some notes. I'm looking at the course website with a list of assignments, and that's giving me a guide about what I'm going to say, but I'm not reading anything from that page. So I don't want you to read the answer, not from the book. I don't want you to write the answer out and then read it. No, don't do that. I want you to think about how you're going to say the answer, and then when you start the video, just in a normal kind of way, answer the question without reading anything, without looking. Don't read your book or don't read any notes or anything. Now, some of you may want to try making the video 2 or 3 times. That will happen. If you don't like the way it is the first time, you can make it a second time. It's okay. I know when I first started making these videos, it was hard for me. You know, I look old on the video. I look ugly. You know, I have spots all over my face. What can I say? Well, get used to it. That's who we are. Okay. If you don't like the way I look, you can turn off the picture and just listen to what I'm saying. And if you don't like the way I talk, I don't know what you're going to do. I guess you can turn off the sound and just read my lips. Okay. So once you've made your video about your question, and you also should be able to answer all of the other questions too. It's a good thing. Then I want you to reread your reading assignment again and again and again, as many times as you need to read it, so that you feel like you understand everything, that you really understand what the book is telling you. That's important. And then we have dictation, which is on page 6, paragraph 11, sentences 1 and 2. Now, dictation is, we do dictation every time. Every class period. We start the class period with the dictation. It will be the first thing we do. Okay. I'm going to read the dictation to you carefully, pronouncing everything clearly. I think that will be helpful. So it's page 6, paragraph 11, sentences 1 and 2. You can look at it as I read it. The 21st century immigration patterns are continuing to change the color and the ethnic mix of the American population. First, the percentage of white Americans of European descent continues to decrease. That's your dictation. Okay. 2 sentences. Now, I think I talked in class about the method you should use to study for this dictation. You should be able to say the whole sentence without looking at the book. So you need to practice. You don't have to memorize it, but you have to be able to look at the sentence and then practice so that you can say it without looking at the book. Once you can say the whole sentence without looking at the book, you can write it. But don't write it until you can say the whole sentence. Then you write it. And then you have to check to see if you have any mistakes. Now, spelling mistakes or whatever, then you can correct it, you can study it. Then you say it again, and you say it and write it, and say it and write it, until you can write it perfectly without any mistakes. That includes capital letters and periods, punctuation, everything needs to be perfectly correct. Okay. Now, here's the big deal. I call this a cheesecake dictation. Why? Because when everyone in the class has a perfect dictation, I will bring cheesecake for the class to enjoy. Are you going to be able to do that? I would love to bring cheesecake for everyone to enjoy. Well, in order to do that, that means you have to have a perfect dictation. Can you do that? Well, I've given you the method about how to study for that perfect dictation. Okay? So that's the list of your homework assignments for this weekend and through Monday night. Don't wait until Monday night to study. You need to be studying all weekend. You have a lot to work on. This is a lot. Okay, this course is going to be very challenging for you, I hope, and fun too a little bit. I like teaching this class. It's one of my favorite classes to teach. It's going to be a very enjoyable class. Okay, it's going to be very hard for me to decide which one of you is my favorite student on any given day. I have so many favorite students now, I don't know who to choose. Maybe I shouldn't choose any. Maybe that's it. And I certainly want to bring cheesecake for everyone, which means you need a perfect dictation. All right, well, I've talked enough. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to enjoy the weekend. Bye-bye.